Hi, welcome to the third cooking clip for FABIO'S Cooking Tips UK. I'm doing a pasta dish today. So, firstly, I've got my onion, my spring onion, my mushrooms, my chorizo, my chicken, basil, pasta, and I'll get some tomato puree and garlic and courgette. So it's just simply a chicken and chorizo pasta done in my style, I suppose. So I've got some chicken breasts. So I just use scissors for chopping up my meat. I find it a lot easier, and I think you will too. So just put it into strips. Just keep the white bits back and just get rid of the bits that I don't want to eat. And meanwhile, I'm going to put the oven on in a minute because I don't cook the chorizo in here to start with. I'm going to put it in the oven and get the juices flowing, get it cooked through. I'm just going to wash my hands. Anyway, I'm just going to put it into little strips like so. Again, the scissors I think make it a lot easier. Anyway, that should be enough. Just going to put some water on that, a little bit, not too much. Okay, put that in the oven, and we'll just let that, that's going to take 15-20 minutes. So, okay, so I've got the chorizo in the oven, so I'm just going to cook up the chicken and get some of the other bits prepared. I use this spray olive oil sometimes because I just think it's a really good little piece of kit. The chicken will stick when you first cook it, so do pay attention to that. And I always find that stir it to start with because it does seem to stick. I've just bought this new wok actually, and it's totally non-stick because my other one was great but it became a bit sticky, so it really helps. So if you can buy non-stick, they seem to be better than ever. Don't cook on too high a heat because for this dish you just don't need to. If you're going to do a stir fry, then yeah, fine, but yeah, just keep it on a very low heat, but stay with your food. Put the radio on, little glass of wine, whatever, and you're on there. Just going to put my lid over it. Just let this. Most meat cooks better from like a steam cooking, and then you brown it without the lid on later on. So while we're doing that, I am going to chop some garlic up. Right, that's my garlic. Chicken doing all right. Just get my onion going. Spanish onion, quite a big onion. Let me give this chicken a bit of a stir because it's starting to cook a little now, and it's got past the stage where it's going to stick, which is good. And I am turn it up a little bit. Have a look at my chorizo as it's I did have, again, that's interesting, that chorizo's not giving off a great deal of chorizo residue. Lovely smell, but it's not got the residue of the other stuff I normally buy, but I think we'll be okay. Put it in there. So I'm going to get some tomato puree, which is there. And I'm just going to add a bit of that tomato puree to my chorizo. So this in total probably takes about, it depends really, you could rush it, you could do it in sort of 20 minutes, or you could probably take your time and do it in 45 minutes, an hour, whatever. The pasta will go in last. Put a little bit of pepper on that as well. Now I can put the onion in here and the garlic. Alright, so don't really want the skin in there if I can help it. That's it, nice bit of garlic, probably about 4 cloves for 4 people. Well, it's up to you what you do, how much garlic you want obviously. Now, put the lid on that for a bit. Just chop my courgette. Courgette's done. The courgette doesn't take long to cook. It's probably the item that I've got in the meal that takes the least to cook, so I'm going to put that in last. Have a look at that chicken and onion. Give it a little bit of a stir. It's giving off quite a nice fragrance now. But obviously you've got to make sure the chicken's cooked. That's the most important thing about chicken. The chicken, you do not want everything to be cooked and the chicken still to be pink, because you will make yourself rather poorly. So that should be fine. I'll just give that a little press, push the onions in a little bit, break them up. And there we go. I'm just going to put the lid back on that. Meanwhile, I've got my green onions again, or scallions as some people call them. I haven't heard that often. So there's some good in there, and some bits you probably want to get rid of, but I don't like wasting food, so I'm just going to pick the bits out that I don't want and put them in the bin. Okay, so I've just checked the chorizo, it still needs longer. Like I said, I bought a harder one. It's actually more expensive version. Actually, I prefer the cheaper version. But anyway, so just going to chop these up a little smaller. They're going to go in pretty much near the end. And just really like green onions. They're a little bit milder, a little bit less abrasive than the white onion. And yeah, I'll just get my mushrooms ready as well. So I wouldn't normally buy mushrooms the way I bought them today either, but they were a little bit short in the old supermarket, so here they are. And there's no substitute for a mushroom. I do like a mushroom. Just taking the stalks out, probably put about, I don't think my boys are massively bothered about mushrooms, so I'll just do 6 or 7. Okay, so that can all go over there. Mushrooms can just be probably similar cooking time, I'd say. Mushroom and courgette, not a great deal in it. Very nice actually in a garlic and butter sauce for another time though. Probably do that with a steak at some point. Anyway, so it's all about the chorizo cooking. The chicken's getting there, and yeah, it's softening up nicely. Still, chicken needs to be cooked a little bit more than that. You can see it's not quite cooked. You can see that by the there in the middle. It's still a bit pink, still a bit grey. So we'll just leave that for another few minutes, and that'll cook quite quickly now. Meanwhile, the pasta, which I have clearly not made myself, not quite at that sort of level currently, making my own pasta. I haven't really got the time, to be honest. So I buy this. This is my new... As you saw, the pasta was dropped, but miraculously, it all landed in my saucepan. So it's farfalle pasta, which is the bow tie pasta. It's currently my favourite. So I don't know whether you want to see that, show that, cameraman. It's pretty obvious, I say bow tie. There you go. So that's cooking. That'll take about 10-15 minutes. I've got the chicken on the go. Quite happy with that. I'm going to add my tomato puree. That sort of amount I think is good. I'm going to add my chorizo. Excuse me. Obviously you can have garlic bread and stuff with this. You see that lovely juice going in there? Turn it like an orangey colour. And that will just need a little stir. Normally the chorizo gives off a much richer residue than that, but that's still going to be okay. Just need that tomato puree to mix in. You should get some nice golden sort of red colour coming through. And there you are. And I'll stick the mushroom in. Just like with cooking, it's just good fun mixing it all up really. It's a bit of an experiment. I try not to use recipes if I can help it, but obviously I've been influenced by recipes because they are ancient sort of like success stories of cooking, and they give you good balance of flavour and all those sort of things. But it is quite good fun just to try stuff like put chorizo in with fish, or I'm sure it's been done before, but don't always wait to be told what tastes good. Just try stuff yourself. That's my advice for what it's worth. Anyway, so the courgette I'm going to just chop again. Courgette does not take long to cook, so that's going to go in quite late. Just going to put the lid, turn the pasta up a little bit, put the lid, where's my lid, there it is, just let that, if you put the lid on, that will steam the meat and therefore that will soften the chorizo, because this particular chorizo is quite hard, so you want to soften it up a little bit, protect your dentures. So yeah, so basically the pasta shouldn't be long now. I'll put the lid on, obviously that will speed up the cooking of the pasta. Oven's off. Basil is something I will put in a bit now, and also I will sprinkle a bit over the top when I finish. Quite aniseedy basil actually. You can get different types of basil, but it's lovely with pasta. Fresh herbs always add taste to the meal, and I'll just chop that up like that. Sprinkle that over. Like I said, I'll sprinkle that over the top now. Mix it in, but I'll also put some over fresh at the end. And there we are. It just adds a lovely flavour and a nice colour. I'll probably add the courgette in now. It's got a lovely colour to it now, and yeah, it's all starting to soften up, blend in. There we are, and I will put the spring onion in as well. Obviously you don't need to put as much vegetable in. I tend to use a lot of vegetables because I just really enjoy them, and I think they just add a lot of texture and flavour to cooking. Basically describe myself as a vegetarian who loves meat, which I know is a paradox, but I just love salad and vegetables, so I eat a lot of it, so there you go. So that's going to go in there. Shouldn't be too much longer now. This pasta is still cooking. You can feel it, it's just still quite tough, so probably bang that up a little bit, and come back to you in a minute when the pasta's done. So the farfalle pasta takes longer than the other pastas, so fusilli will take, I don't know, 5 minutes boiling. This may take 10, so just be aware of that. And so I'm just going to strain that off. Leaving a little bit of moisture in there, that's fine. Pour it in. So, just going to sort of sprinkle that over the top, and that should be served to my boys, and they should be happy with that, hopefully. So that is my chicken and chorizo pasta, and it can take anything from 20 minutes, 25 minutes to 45 minutes depending on how you do it, how much time you've got. So that's the end of video 3, so I'll see you soon. Alright, thank you, bye.